Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. If you're looking for jewelry that makes an impact on your self-care routine and your style, Empowerography would love to offer you a discount code to one of our exclusive partners, Quartz and Canary Jewelry and Wellness Company. Please use code EMPOWER15 to receive 15% off upon checkout at www.quartzandcanary.com. Quartz and Canary is truly the place where spirituality meets style. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Tiziana D'Angelo. She is an artist, a teacher, and an intuitive guide based right here in Toronto. How are you doing this morning, Tiziana?
Hey, Brad. I'm well. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for agreeing to be part of the podcast and share your story with us here today. I appreciate you being here.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me. Thank you.
How's your morning going so far?
It's going pretty good, pretty calm around here.
That calm is good. It's a good way to start the day.
Yes.
So, Tiziana, you wear quite a few hats. You're an artist, a teacher, a Kripalu Yoga instructor, and an intuitive guide. How do you fit that all into your life, your schedule?
It's the hat blends well into each other. It's kind of like they're all kind of one thing, one hat, and they meld really beautifully together. So it may seem like a lot of titles, but it is really one thing, and I dabble into each one. So I actually recently discovered, I didn't come up with the term, but the term heartist, which really resonates with me. And I found it on, so there's a website, heartmath.com, and they talk about heart and brain coherence and how when we can do that, when we can connect the two, we are more resilient. And I think I think I've always done that. I know I've always done that. And yeah, so being that heartist, like leading from that space in your heart, like with everything you do, is what I do and I try to do in both my work and my life.
So that term pretty much sums you up to a T then.
I think so.
There you go.
I love it.
And we found yourself a new term.
Yeah, I think we all are heartists, and you know the word artist is squeezed in there, so
I love it. That's very cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
So what is a Kripalu Yoga instructor?
So Kripalu is it's the yoga of compassion. Okay. That is what it's referred to. It's an extension of Hatha Yoga, and it helps us tap into our highest potential by integrating them, like all yogas, the body, mind, spirit, but also the heart. And it helps us be non-judgmental, compassionate, and self-aware in each pose. And then the lessons learned in that, we take them off the mat and apply them to everyday life.
Okay.
So we can have compassion for others without compassion for ourselves. And this Kripalu really has helped me become more aware of that in myself and being more gentle with myself and kind and, we can be very hard on ourselves, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We are our own worst critics 99.9% of the time. And it's all these self-limiting beliefs we put on ourselves that stop us from doing the things we want to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And Swami Kripalu, who started this, he said the higher spiritual practice is self-observation without judgment, which I love, right?
That's very cool.
Can we observe? Can we be the witness without being critical and judging ourselves?
That's a hard lesson for a lot of people to learn.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. It takes a lot of practice and persistence and.
So yeah, and when you're in that yoga posture and you're in that that moment of challenge or at your edge, like, can you soften? Can you be more gentle? Like, who is telling you that this has to look a certain way or be a certain way, right?
Yeah, where's that coming from?
Yeah. Can you just allow the moment to be what it is? So it's kind of noticing and being the observer to the head and the heart, the mind and the heart, and kind of just softening into the moment. Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been a Kripalu Yoga instructor?
It's been about 5 years now. So I received my 200-hour yoga teacher training in 2015.
Okay.
May, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. And how long have you, like, when you finished your training, did you go right into teaching, or did you take some time? And
I did actually, because the idea of a yoga studio came up, and I didn't really want one, but then divine intervention kicked in, and I ended up with the studio.
Wow. So how long have you been teaching for then?
Teaching yoga or teaching yoga? I know. I'm also, okay. Teacher is like many things to me.
Teaching yoga.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
Oh, so it has been 5 years. Okay.
It's been 5 years. And I did teach kids yoga before that.
Oh,
and
very cool.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's not like teaching adults. It's you gotta be an entertainer.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I am a certified teacher as well. So
right.
I can be an entertainer, and I can be silly and goofy. And I think the kids like that. And it's just, and it's like with any group of people, kids or adults, it's like tuning into the energy of the people, of what they want in the moment and what's required. So sometimes, we need to really ground. Sometimes we need to be really, like, we can be silly.
Yeah, of course. And being silly is good. It keeps you young. It
does. Yeah.
And the kids love it.
They do. You know what? I had this group of camp kids once, and 10 of them were boys. I think I had like 15 kids. So the other 5 were girls.
Yeah.
And during our lunch hour, they would pull out all the yoga mats, the bolsters, the blocks, and get under blankets and just like be in Shavasana.
I love it.
Yeah, like until you're teaching it, you have no idea how these kids crave that relaxation and that calmness until they taste it, right?
Yeah.
They're like, no, we just...
Was it hard though? I mean, kids typically a lot of them can be quite hyperactive and hard to calm. And so how is that aspect of dealing with teaching children yoga?
Well, yes, you're absolutely right. They can be. But whenever what I like to do is tune into our senses. Like, what are you feeling? Mm-hmm. Notice the temperature on your forehead right now, your nose, your cheeks, your chin. And then, like, what do you hear in the room? And just getting their senses involved kind of, brings them down. But I also like to incorporate art into my yoga with kids. Like that creative element, that thing they can do with their hands.
Yeah.
And that works out really, really well. Yeah.
Now, you had said that you're also a teacher in education. Well, what subject and what grades do you teach? How long have you been teaching for?
Well, I don't teach in the school system anymore.
Okay.
I actually started my business Messy Hands in 93, and then I became a teacher in between that. And so I was already an entrepreneur before I became a teacher. So when I became a teacher, I'm like, I don't like the system. I need to teach. I like teaching my way. So it was actually, it wasn't hard to leave. What am I saying? It was not hard to leave. And I had this business idea that I needed to pursue. So I taught for 2 years. I was a high school teacher. Okay. And I actually taught religion which is what they gave me.
Okay.
But again, I incorporated a lot of art into, I taught world religion. It was in a Catholic school in York region.
Okay.
And I brought in tons of art. So I think that creative element is so, it inspires them to learn more. I mean, in my opinion, this is my opinion,
I think it's good for kids. It's expressive, right? So
absolutely.
I think it's awesome for them.
I agree.
I think it should be more ingrained into the kids that music and art and all of that stuff. I think that stuff is so important in education for kids. Yeah,
so important. And what are they doing now? Well, this is a different time. We won't get into that. But like even the virtual stuff, I'm being asked by a lot of schools to do virtual, and it is so not the same.
I'm sure.
Yeah, for all of us, right?
Yeah. Now, you're a painter. How long have you been painting for?
I've been painting consistently since the 90s, let's say. So, I don't know if you recall, but the time where that smooshing and ragging and bagging your walls, it was all that painting decor rage at the time.
Yeah.
So I remember painting pretty much, a lot of the rooms in my parents' house because I was living with them at the time.
Right.
And so using these techniques. And then one day I thought, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I should try painting on like something else other than a wall. And that's when I can truly say my love for painting began.
Okay. So that's what turned you on to really focusing on painting and becoming an artist? Or part of it anyway?
Yes, like just the exploration of being with paint and color. Like color was always something I loved, like since my earliest experience was using my brother's red pencil crayon, and then he got home from school and it was like this little nub of red. And I used it to I just remember coloring like all day and being absorbed by that red. And so color was always really, I just always felt like it did something. It changed. I mean, now I know it's vibration, and it shifts our the way we feel. So being in front of a canvas or, a piece of cardboard, it doesn't have to be a canvas. And just like being really present with the color is like really, really healing for me. And when I teach, I know it does the same for other people as well.
Yeah. Now, you run not one, but two businesses. You had mentioned Messy Hands, and another one called Stretching Canvas. How are you managing running two businesses? I mean, I have enough of a hard time managing running one.
I know. Well, it's funny you asked because they're kind of merging together because it is hard to have two. So the Messy Hands is the children's part of my business. Yeah. And I'm currently trying to get it to be a part of the Stretching Canvas. So Stretching Canvas is going to be the big umbrella. Okay. And then Messy Hands I'm very attached to that name, Messy Hands.
Yeah.
And then the whole history behind Messy Hands with the buses. I don't know if we
go ahead. Yeah, tell the story.
So I had excuse me. I had when I was teaching, like in the school system, I had a dream about kids painting inside of a bus. Excuse me. And I thought, I woke up and I'm like, what? Like, how cool would that be to have to have like a bus as an art studio and kind of drive around and invite kids in to do art, right? So anyway, I did that. So that was the dream. That's what led me out of teaching. And so I remember my parents were like so happy because I finally had like a real job, right? Teaching and stuff. And then I ended up driving home with this big yellow school bus and parking it on their driveway. And they were, I mean, they were not impressed, I have to say, but they were truly so supportive with, helping me convert it into like a big colorful rainbow school bus. And it was like really groovy inside with like fun fur and pom-poms and paint. And then I just drove around and I offered birthday parties for kids and school workshops because, I'm a teacher, so I'm trying to incorporate that element in there. And it was, and then events, like I did all kinds of events. It was, and then I ended up with 4 buses because we were so busy. 18 employees, 4 buses.
That's amazing. And how long ago was that? You started that?
That started in 1999. And then the last, they ended up, they were old buses. Okay. So I converted old buses. So they would break down on our way to parties, which is very stressful.
Oh, no.
So when it became like, it was hard maintaining it, right? Like, and what I learned from that too is the attachment to an idea is not always, you got to let that go.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard. And people will now say to me, oh, how come you stopped that business, Tiz? It was so great. I remember, we had like 3 birthday parties and I'm like, yeah, it was great. But, then there's all that back end stuff.
It was great for you, but not as great for me running the business.
No. And that's the thing. I became very distant from the creative part of it, from the art, from the making it myself. And I became more of a manager, obviously managing it all and, talking on the phone with moms and, I ended up becoming a therapist too. They would tell me all their problems.
Oh no.
Booking their parties, which was nice too.
Yeah.
I got to know some wonderful people.
But it took you away from what you love to do though.
Yes, it did. So that was a huge lesson. And it was a hard one because in 2011, when I got rid of the buses, I felt like what do I do? Everybody loved the buses. They're not going to love me. What I'm doing art. Like there's so many people teaching art and
there's that self-limiting belief stuff.
Yes. Big time self-limiting. And so I still did what I did with the buses. Like I still went into schools who would want just me. And some are like, yeah, no, we don't care about the buses, Tiz. We want you. And I'm like, oh, but a lot, like many schools they wanted that bus. They wanted that thing. Right. And so dealing with that myself it wasn't easy. And that's when I ended up, well, this was in 2014, I guess. I started my teacher yoga training.
Okay.
So, and during that whole time, that was when I started picking up a brush again. Okay. It was during that time. So these down times are actually good times. I started painting again and, playing around with this intuitive, way of approaching a painting, not really looking at, let's say, the flowers or the landscape and painting that. That's like you're painting, you're looking outside of yourself when you're painting that way, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But this whole new way of painting from the inside out, like getting in touch with what you're feeling and what, maybe releasing something that you're currently feeling. And I was very down at that time. So I really tuned into that. And then I would release it onto the painting. So I started to explore other intuitive artists. And one of my faves is Flora Bowley. Mm-hmm. Love her. And so I took one of her online courses back then. And I realized, and I was doing yoga, and I thought, you know what, I want to merge. I want to do both. I love that aspect of like going inward, getting quiet, doing a little meditation before, the expressive painting part, and really connecting with your essence. Right. And so that's when I decided to take this yoga teacher training.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, can you tell us a bit about Stretching Canvas?
So Stretching Canvas was not planned. I was just finishing up my yoga teacher training, and I had just purchased a trailer to continue with my mobile business, Messy Hands.
Yeah.
And I thought it was such a brilliant idea, because with the buses breaking down, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be great to have like something that's not going to break down, like
yeah.
trailer. So that was being put together, and while finishing my training, my yoga training, and then one day, my neighbor who's in real estate mentioned that there was this great space right in the Four Corners in King City, which is where I live. So that's like downtown King City.
Okay.
So that would make a great yoga studio. And I went to check it out, and I told them, okay, like, no, I don't really need this. It's beautiful. It would make a great yoga studio, but I can't do it. And the rent was great. Like everything about it was great, but I'm like, no, can't do. So a week or two later, I remember hosting a party with my new trailer, and it was a kids' party. And one of the moms said, you should offer adult parties with wine and in the trailer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what? And at that moment, like this light went on, and I thought, that's it. I want that space, and I'm going to turn it into a yoga and an art studio. It was very bizarre that the element of bringing art into that space did not come across my mind at all. It was like, it was only yoga. And I guess because I was in that space of doing my training,
focusing on your yoga.
It did not come to mind to have a yoga and an art studio, to kind of do the two. So that was it. And then, I said, is that space still available? And he said, yeah. I'm like, okay, I want it. And that was it.
And how did you come up with a name for the business?
So Stretching Canvas, we were brainstorming names, and my husband's like, how about Stretching Canvas? And I'm like, oh my God, I love it. I love that name. But I kind of resisted. I'm like, hey, but I want to come up with the name. I want it to be my name.
Yeah.
And then, and I loved, and then I'm like, no, this is perfect. It's perfect because Stretching Canvas represents the canvas of the body, and moving and stretching in yoga. And then obviously in art, it means, moving beyond boundaries as an artist. And it was absolutely perfect.
I love it. I think the name's great. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
You have your husband to thank for that one.
I will let him know. Yes. It's great name.
I know each artist has their own process for creating. Can you tell us a bit about your process when you set out to create a new piece?
Yeah. So I like to start in meditation.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where I'm at. I like to be connect with myself.
Yeah.
And whenever I teach a class, we always start in meditation, whether you like it or not.
This is what's happening.
Yes, because if I have a group of people that they have never meditated, then I keep it short.
Yeah.
And then they end up thanking me in the end. They're like, I've never meditated. That was like really great. I'm like, I know. But yeah, for me, I love beginning in meditation to ground myself. And then I create an intention and allow myself to create whatever materials I feel guided to use in that moment and inspired by.
So obviously meditation and yoga practice is huge in terms of influencing or inspiring your work.
Absolutely. 100%. And also the way I am currently feeling. So it's The painting is an expression of a moment in time, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like
right.
what I painted yesterday, I cannot paint today because I'm in a different space. I'm feeling different. It's it's moment by moment, really.
Yeah.
And they're layers. Like I love layering. So my first layer is usually a form of release, letting go, very expressive. And I usually I love starting painting like that first layer with my eyes closed and with my hand, just really feeling and the canvas. And I actually do this with a lot of my students as well. It just gets you really present and out of your head, right? You really get into that state of just being with you, right?
Yeah.
There's no other, you don't see anything. You don't even know what colors you're using. And it's just a really nice way to ground. And I love starting that way. I don't always start that way, but that's one of my favorite ways. Sometimes if there's something really heavy on my heart, I write. Like I use the paint or whatever, pastel, whatever I'm using. And I kind of write, something nasty, as nasty as I can get, just to get it all out. And then I usually turn it upside down, and then I try to be very compassionate and kind and gentle and loving and write the opposite of that nastiness.
Okay.
And then continue to layer from there.
Interesting.
So
that's an interesting way to create.
Yeah, it is. And then just allowing, I like contrast, like thinking of it in terms of like contrast with lines, with color, with shapes, like what, how can I invite more softness into this painting right now?
Yeah.
So white usually for me represents softness, like adding that to other colors or, what would ground me in this moment. So again, it all depends on what
you're feeling in that at
moment.
The time, right?
Yeah. And I do, I also make an intention before I start, like in that the meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's amazing how if you are painting to release and to transform your energy, it's amazing how quickly that thing dissipates. Like it's pretty magical. It really is. It's crazy. It's like, I feel so much better. Yeah.
What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful?
I think it's my energy. I think it's me. I am my own superpower. I know I help people feel safe and comfortable. I hear that a lot. And I allow them to feel or be themselves, be exactly who they are.
That's a great superpower.
I think so too. So yeah, it's my energy, and the way, I do allow people to feel safe and comfortable so that they can truly express who they are.
To date, what would you say is your biggest high or your greatest win?
My greatest win. My greatest win actually is when I see people so whether it be like an adult or woman or in my children's class, it's that smile. It's seeing them lit up. Like it's knowing that they have tapped into something both unfamiliar and familiar. It's that connection with their own soul. And I don't know how to, I know that look. It's like, it's like a beautiful moment. And that to me is like a huge win. It's seeing that connection in themselves.
Yeah.
It's like a really big high for me.
Okay. Can you share a situation that's occurred in your life that you feel provides insight as to your character? Who Tizzy is?
Yes, I can. There was who Tizzy is. I've had to struggle. Well, we all do. Struggle's good.
Yeah.
But the idea of this notion of being an artist has been a recurring theme over my life because I am not a trained artist. I don't know.
Right.
You know. I have never taken any art courses in high school nor in university. I've taken courses after that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's when I realized I loved this, right? But
yeah.
Growing up, I was told, you know, what are you going to do with art? You're not an artist. You can't make a pretty picture. You don't.
I think that's a very common theme that people put onto artists. Well, you can't make money at art. How are you going to make money? And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It is. And yeah, I mean, many of us relate to that, right? Like, it's like, but I love this.
Yeah.
I love it. Let me try at least, right?
Yes.
So growing up, like, that was not encouraged or approved. And so I was very confused. I majored in geography and psychology. But there was one moment that it's come up a few times.
Yeah.
I remember taking this class. I was in my 20s. I was taking this class. It was a drawing and painting class because I thought, I'd love to fine tune my skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was taking this class, and it was a still life drawing we had to draw.
Okay.
And I remember I drew it out, and then class was over, so we were able to take it home and continue shading and fine tuning it. And so the next week I returned to class, and the teacher's like, "Oh, no, this is not how you do it." And I'm like,
wow.
What? And he took his eraser and he erased like literally half of my drawing, like right before my eyes. And I was like, I think I couldn't hold back my tears. I can't remember if I was so emotional.
That's horrible.
It was horrible. And like, who would do that?
Who does that? And especially a teacher.
Especially a teacher. Well, he was probably an artist. He wasn't really a teacher.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Not that I'm saying an artist can't teach.
No,
art,
but I understand what you're saying.
This, like, and that to me said so much.
Yeah.
And so I have had to learn that my desire to create is beyond making a pretty end product.
Mm-hmm.
And just because I can't make a pretty end product like you, Mr. Art Teacher.
Mr. Artist.
Right? Like, yeah, like, or what, why should I not create? Why should I stop here? Because I did stop. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. That could completely damage someone's ego.
Oh, and this is like, I'm in my 20s at this point. I'm not even like a child, right?
Yeah.
But I was devastated.
No doubt.
So, and so for me, the desire to continue to express myself helped me to trust myself, to trust my intuition, and be able to, listen deeply to what my soul needs. Like, I really feel like that's the lesson with all this. It's like, you're trying to like push me down and, make me small, but like there's that little roar of creativity that wants to be seen.
I'm not having it.
And we're doing this. So, and that was the time when that whole smooshing thing was happening when I was painting the walls and, and I'm like, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to paint. I'm just going to throw stuff on my canvas and And it feels good. Like it just felt good. It felt so good. Like we're in a society where the end product is the most important. Like, oh, getting that house, oh, having a family, oh, getting that degree, and then what, and then what, and then what. And one of the things that painting has taught me is the process, is like just being present in the process and right here, right now, like this conversation, like let's be really present. And,
that's it.
And so, yeah.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Awesome.
What makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
Painting. I have to say painting and like being in nature.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm walking in the woods, like I need to be surrounded by trees.
Yeah.
I love, like, it's like a big hug.
Yeah.
And I get very distracted when I'm walking with everybody.
Just lost in it.
Gosh, I get lost. I do.
Yeah.
I'm like a kid. Yeah.
What's something people seem to misunderstand about you?
My hair and my height.
Your hair? They misunderstand your hair?
My hair is, yes. Well, they think it's easy.
Uh-huh.
And it's, well, it is and it's not. And my hair has, people remembered me. I remember going to India in 96, and then I stopped in London for a week on the way back.
Yeah.
There was a woman that came up to me in London, England. She's like, "Were you just in India? Because I remember seeing you in your hair." And I'm like, "What?"
Well, you've got there you go. You got a memorable trait. That's great.
I do. So, but yeah, the idea of like, oh my gosh, it must be so easy to maintain. It's kind of not, but I have learned to let it be. And then my height, like so this is funny too, because people will see me online now with all the social media. Yeah. And a few times when I meet them, they're like, oh my gosh, I thought you were like a lot taller than you were. So
that's hilarious.
I just made it to 5 feet. I'm only 5 feet. Yeah.
Well, my daughter's 4'11". My oldest daughter's 4'11". So there you go.
Oh, see, I actually, a few years ago, I was 4'11 and a half at the doctor's. And then, because, I've been doing a lot of yoga, I am actually 5 feet.
There you go. Maybe I should tell my daughter to start doing yoga.
Yes, absolutely.
Because she's always upset about her height. So maybe I should tell her. It's like, honey, it's okay. You just tell people good things come in small packages. Yeah,
absolutely. Yes, that was it.
Yeah. What would you say is one of the best pieces of advice you've ever received?
The best advice I have ever received was from a dear friend and mentor, Asha Frost. And I remember going through a tough time, and she said, you have permission to disappoint people. And
I love that.
I'm like, and I felt like, even now, just saying it, I just felt this big burden lift, like this.
That is an awesome piece of advice.
Right? You have permission to disappoint others.
I love that. I'm going to use that one.
Yeah, like before disappointing yourself, right?
Yeah.
So, it's the idea of people pleasing and then like being told like, no, you can disappoint others.
That's right.
So resonated.
Oh man, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to use that as one of the quotes on my Instagram feed. I love
Absolutely. Go ahead. Yes. Asha Frost, and she's actually becoming a Hay House writer right now.
Oh, very cool.
Yes, she's an Indigenous. Actually, you can do an interview with her. She's beautiful.
Sure,
soul.
yes. Make the connection. I would love to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
I would describe myself as Tiz. Can I say that?
Yeah, sure you can. Absolutely.
I turn that into an acronym.
Sure. Okay, we'll go with that.
Can we go with that?
Yep, absolutely. Money or fame?
Money, because I can share it.
Yeah. Early bird or night owl?
I don't think I'm neither, because I'm definitely not a night owl. Like,
Okay.
I need my sleep, and then I'll just fall asleep wherever I am if it's my bedtime. But I'm not quite, I would, if I had to pick one, I would say early bird, but I'm not that early bird. I used to be more, but now I'm, I try to wake up early to meditate, and I don't. I just I used to wake up at 4 a.m.
Wow.
And now it's 6:30. Yeah.
Well, 6:30 still.
It's still early,
pretty darn good. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
What is your personal motto?
Personal motto is be the change you want to see in the world. I have 2, actually.
Okay. What's the other one?
The other one is create your own reality, because I think we have the power.
We do. That's been a theme popped up in a couple of my recent interviews. So very interesting.
Yeah, we have the power.
I love them both. They're both great.
Yeah, like be the change you want to see in the world. That was always a big one for me. Like, especially when I started Messy Hands, is like, with starting with kids, like be the example for them, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then, create your own reality. I think we do have.
Absolutely, we do.
Power.
I 100% agree with that.
Thank you.
If you were writing your autobiography, what would the title be?
Let Love Rule. Thank you, Lenny Kravitz.
No, I was just going to say that's a great Lenny Kravitz tune.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let love rule, because we need to lead with love. Lead
For
with
sure.
Or it would be hand on heart.
Hand on heart. Okay.
Hand on heart and paintbrush in hand. I don't know.
One of those 3.
Let love rule.
Yeah, I like that one. What's the most recent investment you've made in yourself?
In myself? Would be my vitamins.
All right. Well, that's good.
My vitamins and my pillow.
Okay. That's a good thing. Would you rather be able to dance like Michael Jackson or sing like Freddie Mercury?
Sing like Freddie all the way.
Incredible voice.
Incredible, powerful. Like he moves. Like he's so, like, when you talk about vibration, like he shifts the vibration.
For sure. What's the first thing you think when I say the word future?
Woohoo! Take me there.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of this present moment. No. I'm excited.
Okay. Excitement. Okay. What is your favorite entrepreneurial book?
Would be The Art of Nonconformity by Chris Gilbo.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out. I've never heard of that one.
It's about setting your own rules and living the life you want while changing the world. So I actually went to his, after purchasing that book, he ran these conferences for entrepreneurs, and they were called World Domination Summit.
Okay.
So I remember being at the border. Name. Yeah, I remember being at the border, and they are like, "Okay, where are you? Where are you going?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to Portland, Oregon." Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, what are you doing there?" I'm like, "I'm going to a conference, the World Domination Summit." And he's like, "What? What are you dominating? The world?" I'm like, no, it's just for business people, like entrepreneurs. And
no, we're not trying to take over the world.
No, we're not.
Not literally, metaphorically, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll have to check that one out then.
That was a good one.
Who in your life has had the biggest impact on you, and why?
My daughters.
Okay.
My daughters. Can I say my daughters?
Yeah, of course. You can say whoever's had the biggest impact on you.
Yeah.
It's your daughters, it's your daughters.
I mean, they are my angels, let's say.
Sure.
They are, yeah, I mean, they're my mirrors too. Like they show me who I am.
Yeah.
And they show me what I like and don't like about myself. And so, yeah, I am so grateful for that.
Okay.
Because they have totally made me into a constantly changing, better person every day.
That's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Know yourself.
Okay.
Know yourself. Spend time with yourself. And
yeah, a lot of people don't like spending time alone, spending time with themselves. And I think that's important. People, I mean, that to me speaks volumes if you don't like spending time alone or by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you get, and how do you get people to do it if they don't know how?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
love time alone. I absolutely love it.
Me too. And I think that's it. It's like those boys at my camp who, once you get a taste of like relaxation, you do want more of it. So once people do take that time to be present with themselves and get to know themselves, I think they will want more. But it's just how
getting to that point.
With this, with social media and like, the screen.
Yeah.
How it's scary and sad.
For
Makes
sure.
Me scared and sad.
It's cell phones and social media. On one hand, they're great inventions, one of the greatest or some of the greatest in the world. And on the other hand, they're some of the worst inventions ever.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
It's a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life? And what was your life like before learning it? And what was your life like after learning it?
So I think most important thing I've learned in my life is to be present, to embrace the moment. And it's a constant practice. So before I was always, as a kid, I was shy. I was anxious. I was really anxious when I think about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so anxious. And I lived that way. But looking back, it's like, because I was always worried about like what that person's going to say, or what are they thinking of me, or like, oh my gosh. And you're not in the moment. You're not here right now. And I wish I knew that back then. But yeah, I feel like life is more full and exciting when we can practice, like, just feeling your breath right now. Like just right now. Just feel your breath
in the moment
as you move in and as it moves out. Yeah, just like little tips and techniques that I've learned. They really help me, like ground your feet. Like just feel the connection of your feet with the floor right now.
Yeah.
Like that, like what do you hear right now? Just little things like that are, they're huge.
Key practices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lastly, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, what would that last 30 seconds sound like?
It would be, I would hear angels. Let's make and create together and move beyond our emotional blocks. Let's move forward together, using creativity as our portal to freedom, as our playground to joy, for healing, for loving ourselves with ease and grace, and into wholeness, reconnecting with our magnificent light and each other. This is a gift. This life is a gift.
100%. Art truly is a healer. Music, art of all forms. It's incredible.
It really is. It really is an expression of our souls. Like it's so connected to who we are.
Yeah.
And more than ever, I think we need it as a way to.
Now more than ever, I would 100% agree with that. Absolutely.
100%.
We need more of that for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Tiziana, thank you so much for being here and for sharing a bit about your story and your journey with us here today. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. It's been a hoot. We've had some laughs.
It has been. Thank you, Brad. Thank you so much.
I just want to let you know that I appreciate you, and I appreciate you agreeing to be part of the community and to be here as a guest on the podcast and share your story with us.
It is an absolute honor, and I appreciate you asking, and I am so very grateful for this opportunity. So thank you.
Thanks very much. Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest was Tiziana D'Angelo. She is an artist, a teacher, an intuitive guide based right here in Toronto. Thanks, Tiziana. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day.
Thank you. You as well, Brad.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.